Hello and welcome back to the channel, welcome back to the RDA. This is your Manchester United versus Arsenal match preview, in which I think, I know we played Liverpool and all, but I think this could be our toughest test yet. I think it could be Arsenal's toughest test yet. Arsenal is the team in the league in the most form. I believe they're the only team to have won every game this season in the Premier League, so hopefully we can put an end to that. But I must say, I have watched a lot of Arsenal games this season, and they are looking good. I can't lie. They are looking very, very good. Well drilled. Playing well as a team together. Looking very dangerous on attack. Looking pretty solid in defense. So, I think this can be a very tough game. And we're going to get into the predicted team and get into this how the match plays. But before we do smash like in the video. Do subscribe if you are new. And also, Mr. Maloto, how are you feeling after, yesterday? And how are you feeling ahead of this Arsenal game?
I'm calm. I'm calm, which isn't a normal feeling as a Manchester United fan. I'm not feeling depressed as this team would do that team. So that's good. At least it seems like we're moving to his direction. But it could all come crashing down this Sunday, and I really dislike Arsenal, so I don't want to lose to them. I think I tell myself that I dislike City more, but I don't think that's true. I think if I had to make a dislike chart, it'd be Liverpool, of course,
yes,
and then Arsenal, and then City. I just don't like Arsenal.
Fair enough. So, you feeling confident heading into this game, or because for me, I ain't gonna lie, I haven't said this for a long time, but this is probably the first time that I actually feel pretty scared to play Arsenal. I don't know if scared's the right word, but yeah, scared to play Arsenal. I don't know about you though.
I refuse for those words to come out of my mouth. I will never say such. But the thing is, even if we're not scared, they do tend to beat us here and there. It's very annoying.
That is very true, actually. When Arsenal are not
when we go to the
they
Emirates,
beat us. So.
And then at Old Trafford we beat them last year, but then, there's been a couple of draws here and there, and I think they beat us 2 years ago. So they do beat us. Yeah, they do beat us, which is annoying. But it will be a tough game. It will be. I just think how they're playing right now, maybe they're not Man City in the sense that they have a Haaland or a De Bruyne, but as you said, they look very drilled. They look like they're playing as a team. They look like they have the energy, and they look like they have the confidence. So I feel like if we can't match that energy, they're going to trouble us. They're going to beat us. I think that's what's the most important thing. Because personally, I think we might have more talismans than them. I think Bruno is better than every player in the midfield, in my opinion. I know you're not rating Bruno right now, but I think so. We've got Ronaldo. We've got players that I think can change games where I don't think they have as many as we do. So I think if we can have the desire, the energy, and match their energy, we can have a chance in this game.
Yeah, I think
it's 50-50.
I think it is very much 50-50. I'm just trying to think ahead of this game. Who's going to be the aggressor of the two? Because I think United, even though we're playing at Old Trafford, if we could be the more aggressive team and outplay them and win the game somehow, that's a big step forward. But I just think the way Arsenal are playing, I think it would be a bit weird for Arsenal and Arteta just to say, let's change our game. So I would expect Arsenal to come at us, even though we are at Old Trafford. I expect them to come at us. And I think United are going to try to do an Ollie ball as such, personally. I think that's what's going to happen. I don't know. I think unless he changes the team to how I would like it and how I think it could be on my... Well, you won't be able to see it, but we'll get to it. Next to me, I think this game could go wrong. And I think if he doesn't make changes to that team yesterday, this could be a loss for us. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
I hear the other comparisons to how we play, but I think I don't completely agree in the sense that I think when we played Liverpool, the major difference compared to what we did with Ole was that we were pressing really high, and I think that's a game changer in my opinion, because I think if you're gonna sit back like Ole did and completely play in the counter and play with the low block, you're asking for trouble when you play teams like who are able to break you down, But I don't agree with Arsenal being the aggressor. I think if they do that, we might hurt them. Really, I think with the counter, as you say, with Rashford maybe through the middle, with Sancho, and with us trying to play those balls over the top, I think if they come at us, with those players, we've seen Ole do it, that any team can be hurt. It doesn't matter if you're Man City, who's winning the league. On the counter, you can be vulnerable if you're pushing up those many players and you're playing against a team who is playing like a mid-table team, but have the quality maybe to do better than that, So I think he's going to be smarter than that. I rate the Arteta to be smarter than that, because I remember 2 seasons back when they beat us at Old Trafford, and they weren't in the best place, but they were all right, But when they came to Old Trafford, they didn't bother, They were very tight, and they just picked their moments, and they beat us, I think, 2-1 or something. So I think he's going to realize that if he goes gung-ho here, he might get hurt. And if he does that, I'll be a little disappointed in Arteta.
Like I said, I think everything's yet to be seen. I think this is the game where we really see the understanding of how far each teams are, how far United are, and how far Arsenal. I do think, though, with regards to Arsenal fans, I think they have every right to be confident in this game. They've been playing well, like I said, their form is good. So, yeah, I've got no problems with Arsenal fans piping up for this weekend at least. But hopefully we can sit them down, and hopefully we continue our form and our progress to becoming a better team. That's what I hope. And I hope the main thing is Ten Hag, it's time to change this team. I know they've been winning, but there's parts in this team where you can improve drastically. And I think now it's probably the game where you need to make those changes. It's not even just for that also though, but just because, fatigue. This game is coming really quick after the game yesterday. So, I think today there'll probably be a rest. Tomorrow you train and then we play again. So I think he should rotate the team regardless, whether he'd like it or not. But some would say, still early in the season, you could play them.
I don't know. Yeah. And I remember Ole saying once that the players like Sancho and Rashford are so young that it doesn't really matter for them. They rest one day, they're good to go again, And, last night I would have agreed with you, but I was thinking about it and I have a feeling that he will stick with a very similar team because I think he will look at it tactically and think, maybe I do want that pace on the counter, If he does play Ronaldo and Casemiro and we are the aggressor and we win, I'll be over the moon. Because that would mean that we've taken a giant step forward, But I just think he's going to think maybe we're not completely ready for that and try to be very counter-centric, So I see Rashford playing through the middle. That sucks.
Oh. I see Rashford play down the middle on Sunday. I'm going to lose my mind. I understand Ten Hag because like what you said, I understand it, but I will lose my mind personally. But let's get into the team while we're at it then.
Maybe we'll move on and we're going to team, so we'll talk about this more. Maybe you should consider Ronaldo on the left. Maybe that's something to think about,
I think what I put on here is very much a fairy tale, but this should be the front line. Honestly, I don't see why it couldn't be. But let's go into the team. Starting in goal, obviously David De Gea. I mean, we did get Dubravka, but I mean, I don't really expect Dubravka to play. So David De Gea in goal, and just gonna keep it short and simple. Same back four. No reason to change it whatsoever. They've kept clean sheets. They look like the most solid back four we have had in a long time at Manchester United. So it should stay the same. I could say back five because including they should stay the same. Deserve to stay the same. Would you agree?
If I don't see the same back four, I'm switching up the television. I can't be asked to watch the game with Maguire or some other bloke. No, thank you. This back four looks really good right now. And the worry is injury going forward. Varane, I do worry about that. But yeah, they look special, and it's very exciting.
Yeah, no complaints. In midfield, I think Eriksen will play as always because I think Eriksen again he probably deserves to play in that deeper role. I think Bruno will play because I think Ten Hag really does like him, and there's to put him at the spearhead of the midfield is not the worst decision you can make. But Scott McTominay deserves to get dropped because in that 2 minutes that Casemiro came on, he showed unreal levels compared to any other midfielder we've had in that position. It has been a position that United have been struggling with for years and years and years. And now we finally got one of the best players in that position. And I don't want to hear this talk about fitness or this and that. You know how you get fitness up? You know how you get sharpness up? You play. So for me, you put Casemiro in 100%. I ain't out trying out here. This is Arsenal. We can't expect Casemiro. This is a guy who's won Champions League. He's bigger than the whole of Arsenal Football Club. I'm not trying to hear that nonsense about Arsenal being a tough game to put him in. You put Casemiro in, there's no problems with it, So that's what I would like to see.
Yeah. Arsenal haven't won the Champions League, eh? You're right there. No. That's a shame. It's a real shame. Look, I think this might be a very telling moment. I think I'm afraid it might be one of those moments where we realize that the fans might know a little bit more about the team than the manager does in certain aspects, as we've seen in the past, because I think he talks about fitness and all of that, but I think something he needs to realize that no matter what, even if he's not really completely fit, McTominay just isn't good enough in this type of game, and he's going to cost at the end of the day. So might as well just throw Casemiro in, it's one of those things, So we'll see. I hope Ten Hag makes the right decision, and I think Casemiro has to play in this game because we need to raise the level to say we don't care you're on form, we just have better players than you. you know,
Yeah.
and we can't do that with McTominay.
And listen, to be fair to Ten Hag, he made the big changes in the Liverpool game. You know, he changed that back line in the Liverpool game. So, who's to say he won't do it in the Arsenal game, you know? But
I don't know. I'm just worried that he's gonna keep going with the whole the team's doing fine, just keep playing.
you
I'm
know,
really
you know
worried
what,
because
you know
he's
what that
exactly
sounds
what
like.
him.
You know exactly what that sounds like. It sounds like Ollie. That's exactly what it sounds like. And that team will let him down. I know it. I know over time. I've watched it long enough. That team will let him down at some point. So he needs to make the changes. He's got to make the changes. But yeah, I hope Casemiro starts. If I see McTominay, I'm gonna be absolutely fuming. Will I understand Ten Hag? No, I won't, because you're just dumb. Okay. So moving forward, front line, I think Sancho should not be changed. He deserves to play. I think he's the one forward who's been starting regularly, who's been on it. I do feel like there is a bit of Rashford bias though from Ten Hag, and I don't like it. Again, he'll catch a wake up call very soon enough. But Sancho needs to play for me. Then another player who needs to play is Ronaldo. I'm not trying to hear Rashford for pace and the counter attack again. No, grow up, man. Grow up. Play some football for once in your life, okay? You play Ronaldo, he'll get the goals. He looked hella sharp in his little cameo, and he needs to start starting games. You know, he really does need to start starting games. Transfer window's over. He's our player. Nobody can do anything about it. So Ronaldo for me has to play. This one, I feel like this way it could be a 50-50. I think Rashford still will play. I think he will play on one of the wings. But you know, so there's a little thing at the back of my head just saying, you know, spend 100 million on a certain player. Yes, he might not have trained so much with the players, but is he a high quality player? Yes. Was he the priority for Ten Hag? Yes. Is he probably the signing for Ten Hag? His dream signing for the summer? Probably yes. So there's just a small little 50-50. I think that Anthony could play this game on Sunday, you know. But I think realistically it should be Sancho, Rashford, and Ronaldo. But I would like to see Anthony.
I think if Ronaldo's through the middle, if he is and he's not, I think either way it'll say a lot about how we're gonna play. I think if Rashford's in the middle, it's gonna say that we're going to play on the counter, and you know he's taking a very tactical approach, you know, and just being cautious and all that, you know. But I would really love if we were the aggressor and we just took the game to Arsenal, because I just think if we pull that off, that would be a massive statement to say that we have arrived, you know. So yeah, you know, I would really like for that to happen, but. Like I said, I'm just scared that he's going to go for the Rashford through the middle and let's just hit it over the top and he gets on the ball, which I understand from a tactical point of view, but then he's not that prominent either way, you know. He gets like one good moment in the whole game, you know. So, yeah, let's just hope and pray that Ronaldo through the middle. Sancho, of course, to the left. And on the right, okay, I guess if Rashford's going to play, it's going to be on the left. If he's not playing in the middle, it's going to be on the left. But on the right, if I was a betting man, I wouldn't say Anthony because he's new to the club. Maybe he might want him to, you know, ease his way in, fitness. But he did throw Martinez straight in.
He did.
You know, and Martinez was his player. He knows from Ajax. So maybe that's an indication that a player of the same vein will also be thrown in, you know. And I think if he's thinking like that, maybe the only question becomes fitness. You know, how's his fitness come from Ajax? And on top of that, he has been on strike, hasn't been training, you know. So all these things... all these things are factors, you know. So, yeah, I know. If I have to bet, though, I'm gonna go Rashford to the middle, Sancho on the left, and Ilanga on the right. Same thing.
I don't think so. I think we could drop Ilanga. I think he's gonna do the same thing with Martinez. That's why I had to. And when I was doing the 11 today, I was like, nah, you can't spend 100 million. Now you have a game like this. You've been crying the whole summer for this player. You're gonna want to play him as soon as possible, and I don't think it's gonna be too bad with regards to Anthony's fitness and sharpness, you know. And then, I mean, again, even then, you look at it on paper, okay, let's just say you keep the same lineup. You have Sancho left, Rashford on the middle, then you look at Ilanga and you're like, boy, you've been shit, you know, just get off the pitch, How much worse can Anthony be, even unfit, unsharp, you know, so for that reason alone, I think Anthony could play. I think if anyone's at risk not playing is Ronaldo.
Yeah. I think no matter what, he make a difference, as you say, because Ilanga has been quite crap, you know. So I think I would really like. Oh my gosh, if we saw Sancho, Rashford, and Anthony, oh my word, I'd be so happy.
I'd be 80% happy. 20% I still Ronaldo in the middle, but you know it is what it is.
I say Ronaldo.
No, you said Rashford.
No, I meant Ronaldo. Sorry.
Yeah, then I'll be very happy. I'll be very, very happy if I see that. If I see this team that I have next to me start, I can only upload it because that's the team I would like to see, and that's the team that we need to get going. Yeah, that's the team we need to get going forward, you know. So let's just see what happens with regards to that. Other than that, let me just show you. Like I said, with regards to this game, Arsenal are on top of the log. They have won 5 out of 5 games. Nothing to complain about there. United, obviously, they've won 3, lost 2. We know how the start of the season is. It's still very early days, but hopefully we put an end to this Arsenal reign. And I'm looking at the Google percentages because I always find it interesting to see what the internet say. They say there's a 38% chance of a United win, 27% chance of a draw, and a 35% chance of an Arsenal win. So pretty even, but United snubbing the odds. But I don't know if I would necessarily agree with that. It's at Old Trafford, maybe that's that little percentage boost. But yeah, Mr. Maloto, when it comes towards your score prediction, what's it looking like? What you feeling?
I say, if we play the same team, I think we're going to lose this game. And I think that's just the sad reality. But it's a tough one. It's a tough one because I think they're going to be very aggressive, Arsenal. They're going to be very confident, and they're going to bring the game to us, And I guess in a fantasy world, Casemiro comes in, Ronaldo comes in, and works on some other level, But I don't think reality works like that, And I think it's going to take some time for us to get up to speed, And I just see a draw here. I'm going to go 2-2. There'll be goals because both teams have goal scorers.
Yeah. Fair enough. Now see, this is where United get you. Because when you give them that hope, that's when they kill. So now I'm not going to give them hope. Screw them. I think Ten Hag is going to be a fraud. I think his bold head is going to be naive. I think he will pick the same team that he did yesterday. And I think we will lose that game because of that. And he'll learn, and then maybe hopefully he'll change the team after that. So I'm going to say a 2-1 Arsenal win.
Yeah, that sounds very realistic. It's sad to say that, but it sounds very realistic.
Yeah. And plus, I'd rather be proven wrong, to be honest with you. I'd rather sit here on Sunday with you and be like, wow, you actually picked the team we had on the preview and we won 3-0. Amazing job. Let's go.
What if he picks the same team and we win 3-0?
Nah, I'm tired. Because I know how they are, dude. Like I told you, they win a couple games, they can go on a little run, and then ultimately at the end, when you need them, pop failures. It's just how it is. So I don't care. Until I see a proper new team, I can't be asked. I said it. I want 22 new players. I wasn't kidding. I wasn't kidding. There's certain players that will never set foot again in a United shirt for me. And that's how I am now. But yeah, it's very interesting. So a draw from Maloto, a loss from me. Yeah, hopefully United prove us wrong though on Sunday. Hopefully they do prove us wrong. I think Arsenal fans, from speaking to some of my friends as well, like I said, they were very confident. Not trouble in their world, to be honest with you. And why should they be? Fair enough. And I think they would also predict an Arsenal win. So no complaints. I think a United win would be a big upset, actually.
Arsenal is like United. It's the hope that kills you. That's all I'm saying to you, Arsenal fans.
It is the hope that kills you. But hopefully it is the hope that kills them on Sunday. But that's not my problem. Then I'll be happy celebrating. Other than that, Mr. Malot, is there anything else you want to say?
We better win. I think if we win, it looks a completely different season. Of course, we're not saying we're gonna win the league now, or definitely make top 4. But we have, I think, the Europa League and then Crystal Palace coming up after that.
Yeah, let's check. Yeah,
we can win both those teams. So yeah, imagine that. That'll be great. But knowing United, the dip usually comes eventually. So let's just hope not.
Yeah, it does come. The dip does come eventually over time. But yeah, United, the ball is in your court now. Don't let us down. Ten Hag, don't let us down. I have somewhat faith you will hopefully do the right thing. You will do the right thing on Sunday. But other than that, as always, let us know your score predictions. Do smash a like on the video. Do subscribe if you are new. And we shall see you all very soon. Goodbye.